Before we get to the video, if you're serious about learning to play hands together, my video lessons are specially designed to help you with that. This month's one is Caledonia. You can get it once off or at a reduced price on our video lesson club if you join before the 30th of June 2020. You can leave anytime, so why not give it a try for a month? Click up here to get it. If you're struggling to play hands together on the harp, then this is the video for you. By the end of this video, you're going to have a completely different mindset about playing hands together. And make sure you watch right to the end because the last mistake is my favorite and it's one you might not expect. I'm Christy Lynn from Learning the Harp, where we make playing the harp feel simple and doable. So if that sounds good to you, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and you click to receive notifications so we can let you know when we put up a new video. I'd love to see you next time. So 3 mistakes you're making when playing hands together on the harp. The first one is you're playing pieces that are too complex. So if you're choosing a piece that's actually too difficult for you right now, then playing the one hand is probably all your brain can manage right now. And as soon as you add in extra notes in the left hand, it's just too much and you can't put it all together. Mistake number 2 is you're rushing and not practicing thoroughly. Sometimes when we're really excited about a piece, all we want to hear is that melody up to speed all the way through, so we really feel that sense of satisfaction. But if you're doing that right away rather than practicing thoroughly, you're doing yourself a disservice, and maybe the problem isn't playing hands together, the problem is not practicing slowly and thoroughly. Before we get to mistake number 3, I want to know from you, is the harp the first time you've played an instrument where you played 2 separate lines of notes, one in the right hand, one in the left hand? Or is this something you've done with another instrument before? Let me know down in the comments. Finally, we're on to mistake number 3, and this is my favorite because I think it's going to make the biggest difference to you. And that is you are dividing your piece like this, horizontally, instead of like this, vertically. Okay, let me explain what I mean. Often when we look at a piece, we take the whole piece or even just a large section of the piece, quite a few measures, with the right hand and get that perfect. And then we get the left hand perfect, and then we try to put the two together and we wonder why suddenly it's not working. But I think that's the wrong mindset. We shouldn't be doing huge sections of the piece, or some people do the whole piece with the right hand before we put the other hand with it. What we need to be doing is dividing the piece into very small sections vertically. So for example, just 1 measure or even less than a measure, just like half a measure with the 2 hands together. Of course, you'll have to check what the right hand's doing and then the left hand's doing and then put them together. But the idea is that we should be dividing our piece up into chunks this way rather than this way. That's what most people do. The reason we do hands separately in the first place is because we're attempting to break up a complex task into its components to make it simpler. But I think if we do it with hands separately for too long, we're doing ourselves a disservice. This is not how we do things in normal life. For example, if we're wanting to open the fridge and put the milk in, we don't do the one part first and then the other part and then put them together later and then tell ourselves, oh, it's so complicated because I'm doing 2 separate things. We get to that point by, over the years as we're growing up, doing simpler tasks with hands together, and then finally it gets more and more complex. So that's why I would suggest that when you learn a piece with hands together, you break it up into very small sections, look at what each hand is doing, but then very soon put them together so that the hands feel like they're working together as a unit. So I'm going to show you how to do this in an actual piece in the next video. I'm going to take you step by step through it. So click over here and we'll actually put this into practice.